Hello everyone, and welcome to Fleet Plays Rule the Waves 3. When last we left our band of intrepid heroes, namely me and the Dutch Navy, the fleet that Fleet built, if you really want to hammer the hammer about it, So, well, yes, as I was saying, all that good stuff. Fleet's gonna do fleet things once again. Just let the Patreon boys know what's going down. As we always do. Because, you know, we wanna let the boys know what's going on. And there we go, that is that. Time for me to put this, so shrink it down as we always do. Not that small. Not that big. There. Bit more. Bit more than that. There we go. Alrighty then. Let me just get rid of everything else in the background so that if anything does go wrong, and boom! Rule the Waves 3. So, the US caught us a little bit off guard, but we managed to get a decent number of new destroyers. We have some of our new 500-ton corvettes converted from some of our older destroyers. We have two classes of destroyers which are looking to do fairly well for themselves. We've got our new fast light cruisers in service. We've got 4 battleships in service, 2 more with 14-inch guns, barely a year away from commissioning, and a 14-inch and a battle cruiser rebuild not far behind, a battle cruiser with 14-inch guns not far behind them, along with a rebuild of an older battle cruiser to keep its speed up to 30 knots. The Spanish are also coming in with 3 fairly powerful but slow, with 2 fairly powerful but slow battleships, and 1 fairly powerful and somewhat quick battleship, along with a very obsolete dreadnought. They've also got a battle cruiser that's fairly effective, a little slow, and a 29,000-ton battle cruiser they're also building. And again, me and the Spanish have a good number of modern, fast cruisers. The US does have cruisers that are slightly faster and bigger than ours, but we actually have even. The only thing I'm worried about is the battlecruiser Independence. Even the USS United States is not fast enough to catch any of our battlecruisers. And again, there are only a few battleships I'm concerned about. That being the New Mexicos, which are as fast as our ships and more heavily armed and armoured, and the Vermont and the class of ships that are going to be following her. But apart from those ships, I'm fairly confident that the navy that I've built and I'm building will strive through to success. I'm not going to halt any of the work being done on the capital ships, but I will be laying down war emergency, like 600-ton destroyers, and a repeat of the corvettes that we've got to bulk up corvette numbers. Won't the Spanish want the Pacific colonies back? No, the Spanish still have their Pacific colonies. We've never fought a war with Spain. Or did we fight a war with Spain? Hang on, let me just have a look. 1 second. Did we fight a war with Spain? Nope, we did not fight a war with Spain. 1 short war with Germany, 2 successful wars with China, but no war with Spain. So, yeah, Spain still has the Philippines and their Pacific colonies. Spain still has... Spain lost Cuba to rebellion, but they still have Guantanamo Bay and Puerto Rico. So... yeah. When can we have 20 enchant battleships? Not for a while yet. It's a bit of a... cruiser action. So what have we got? So we've got... okay, the battlecruiser disparity is not so bad. 1 to 3. That's not too bad. Okay, that's... this isn't too bad. And our force can run away at 29 knots, if needs be. Okay, so we've got a large force coming in after our destroyers. Tell our boys, I mean, they're in close anyway, they may as well go for a flotilla attack. Oh, go on, boys, loose the torpedoes. Yeah, go on, lads. Go on, boys. Yeah, that's it, give them the business. Rotterdam, what are you doing? Get out of there! Rotterdam, I swear to God, stop going looking for trouble. Now is not the time. Oh, but trouble just came a-looking for me. If that's all 3 of the battlecruisers, I'm going to be annoyed. Okay, that's Ranger, which is... ooh. They really shouldn't have sent her out. Ticonderoga's more of a threat. But again, 6-inch belt armor. She's 26 knots. Very heavy secondary battery, to be sure, but... and an equal broadside to me, but again... it's just so inefficiently used. I reckon my 12-inch guns can punch through her armor at this range. And I don't know if she can punch through mine. Again, loose our destroyers for a flotilla attack. Try and keep their ships away. And I'll cruise up to 30 knots, basically, because they... if I get ahead of them, then that's basically game over. Oh, one of our destroyers has been hit by a torpedo. Go on, get him! Get him! That's the way. Yeah, hey, Ticonderoga, how's that thin armor working for you? Oh wait, it's not? Oh, what a shame. This is basically a renown situation, that's what this is. It's Battle off Lofferton. I've got the armor, I've got the speed, I've got the firepower. The choice in how this action goes is entirely up to me. Oh, bloody hell, they got an engine hit. Destroyers, please cover the retreat. That's how it is in naval warfare. There's always luck involved. Luckily, I have a port right here, so... Rotterdam. Okay, seriously. Whoever Rotterdam's captain is, I'm gonna have him shot. What gave you the idea that sailing right into the heart of the enemy formation was in any way a good idea? Seriously. What idiot was commanding her? There we go. So that was a bit of a bloody nose, but not the worst outcome. Van Galen survived. She's a bit battered, but she survived. I think taking... I mean, we were getting good hits. I mean, the shoot was pretty good. But... yeah, that was the thing that did it. A 12-inch shell entered the feed tanks and crippled the machinery. That's what brought her down to 18 knots. At that point, the only option was withdraw to Calindric. Yeah. Ah, well. Yeah, not a perfect start to the war, but... yeah, move some of the trade protection tips from Northern Europe to the Caribbean, please. We need their minesweeping capabilities. And get me intel on what the US is doing. And I hope Spain comes along with that alliance offer soon. Accelerate the rebuilding program on and accelerate the battle cruiser. Just because I need those now. Van Galen is being... Oh, she'll have actually 2 months, that's not too bad. The 2 De Ruyter class battleships are... we've got an entire battle line of 23 knot ships. We've lost... let me guess, it was one of the Urks, wasn't it? I bet you it was one of the... Of course it was! Okay, so now we need a... What we really need is a war emergency cruiser. So what I'm going to do is we're going to remove the forward and aft center line. We're going to up the secondary caliber to 4 inches. We're going to have 6 guns. And we're going to essentially build what is, in essence, a quasi sort of scout cruiser alike, basically. So, same speed, all this is fine, and we're going to try and shave as much displacement off it as I can. I'm going to shave 600 tons off. That's not ideal, but it'll do. Actually, how much does that buy me? That cost 976, 17 months to build. How much would just flat out building a new model Uruk take? Honestly, it's not worth it. I'm probably better off just using modern hull technology to shave displacement off the Uruk anyway. And then I can get the same design, just cheaper. Oh, night! Night, we are well past coal. Like, the entire Dutch fleet's been oil-fired for... 10 years now? So... And we have our own oil, so the British... Unless the British are actually going to go around sinking... Well, unless the British are going to invade the United States and blow up the oil fields in Texas, and violate Dutch sovereignty to stop a war that the Americans started, then cutting off the fuel supply to the fleets involved is not... not ideal. There we go. Protect the trade. Okay, we need more. I suppose I can put one of our new destroyers on trade protection. Though I do need to work on a war emergency build, so probably down to 3-inch guns. Swap the triple tubes for twins. Everything else stays the same. How much displacement can we shave off? About 300 tons. That is fine. And build time is down to 9 months, which is actually much better. So just have the normal construction rate on the Van Nuys class battle cruiser. In fact, we're actually going to halt construction on the battle cruiser for now, just to fund a few other things. Because then that means we'll be able to get the Abraham van der Hoost back into the fleet, where she's needed, and then Van Nuys can obviously then be rapidly brought up to speed as well. Battleship engagement. Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay, we don't have any destroyers, but that's not too... Why is Drenthry a 22-knot ship? She's supposed to be a 23-knot ship. Okay. Tromp. Again, Drenthry, you're supposed to be... You were refitted to be a 23-knot ship. Why are you a 22-knot ship? And how many American battleships are there? Is that... Wait, are there only 3 of them? Just gotta be careful with this, I don't... Oh, that's what I didn't want to see. Yeah, that is exactly what I did not want to see. Yep, that's exactly what I didn't want to see. They have more screen than we do, and I do not want to engage that New Mexico. That is a horrible ship. Of course they managed to land a lucky hit on De Ruyter, because of course they do. Because why not? You know, like, because of course they managed to land a lucky hit on her rudder. Because of course they do, because that's just, you know, that's just the way it works. And now she can't run because she's been battered by... And of course I get a flash fire, because again, this fucking game, that's bollocks. Are you fucking kidding me? 2 flash fires, that's bullshit. I lost my 2 most modern battleships to flash fires because the Americans literally rounded the corner, got into point-blank range, and literally sent one of my ships circling, so I basically had to try and save it. The game literally just handed them the war-winning victory. Because, apparently... Yeah, that's a fair fight, innit? That's not even skill at that point. That's just the game rolled natural 20s for the Americans. I mean, sometimes it rolls natural 20s for me, but dear God, it feels horrible to be on the other end of it. Yeah, accelerate the 2 battleships being built. We need them now. Because we're now down... Because, yeah, that was the... Yep, that was both of the De Ruiters. That was both of our most modern battleships. Just sunk. Just like that. Just because the game rolled... Yeah, RNG just fucked over. Yeah, it did. That's exactly what fucking happened. That just fucking sucks. Honestly? I mean, I'll... What bombardment target? Oh, of course. I bet you. It says there's two light cruisers and a destroyer expected to be there. Bet you any money that there'll be a battle cruiser in the way. Any money. Well, that was quick. Well, that's a little shot in the arm for morale, I guess, but doesn't change the fact that we lost our 2 most powerful battleships. I'm going to have to fight this war with, basically, our hands tied behind our back, and I'm going to have to lay down the next generation of battleships basically immediately, whereas I had planned to see how the war went, but nope, the replacements to these 14-inch arm ships for building have to go on the slipways right now. Well, we did win. That's something, I guess. Doesn't really help that much. Oh, well, that's something. Not right now. But we lost a single light cruiser, it's not too bad. The two Brabant-class battleships are rapidly coming down the slips. And obviously Van Ness will... I can probably free up enough funding to build... Because I need those two finishing rapidly. Once that's finished, we'll continue building Van Ness at normal rate. And then obviously we'll build the two Princess Royale class battleships. Because what we need now actually is more heavy metal, not screen. Okay. Oh, it's our oldest cruisers. Why couldn't it have been one of our armoured cruisers? What is she? Whatever it is, she's running. Baltimore class. Oh, for the love of Mike. Northwards! Go north, for God's sake. Don't stay and engage at Baltimore in an open gunfight. Of course! Yeah, because... Yeah, that's typical. Of course the raider I meet is one of the US's most powerful light cruisers. And of course it just casually savages one of our modern units that wasn't even on trade protection to begin with. So how is it even with the little old protected cruiser that is on trade protection? What the hell? How? It wasn't even supposed to be here. Game, what the fuck? Yes, Ramal, I'm aware sea power is out, but I'm playing Rule the Waves right now. Great. Honestly, I may as well just not sort it at this rate. Well, the Spanish sunk a US battle cruiser, which is nice, I guess. Yeah, so lay down 2 of those, please. But just put them on hold for now. Just while we work on finishing the other ships under construction. And we need more ships to protect trade, because of course we do. Yeah, get me, yeah, get me another set of corvettes, please. Thank you. I guess even better, that means I can actually give it 3-inch guns. A pair of 4-inch guns. Yes, please. Yeah, I can do with 8 new anti-submarine corvettes. Well, you know, Spain, that alliance would be really nice right about now. Oh, sweet Jesus. That's what they're building? Good lord. Well, our fleets aren't actually doing much right now. We're just sat in the cruiser action. What are we sending into the cruiser action? Nope. If it only costs me 100 VP. Honestly, yes, if we can get lenient terms, I will accept a peace. But otherwise, I'm not. So that's that. That's helpful. Coastal raid. For a coastal raid, I'm honestly fairly happy to take them. They're fairly low. What's my target? I'm looking for it. I don't see... What's my target? Apparently I have to destroy a bombardment target, but I don't... I suppose we've got to go look for it, haven't we? Well, let's see if we can find it. Well, that's an airfield. It's not really a coastal bombardment target. At least not in the sense you're thinking about. Go down to 20 knots. It gives Urux a chance to catch up. Okay, unknown ship. Oh, you've got... Okay, that's 3 cruisers. Yep, nope, we're not sticking around to find out what they want. Nope, crank speed up to 28 knots. I'm out of here. That's more odds than I'm comfortable with. Nope, not sticking around to find out what they want. Come on, for goodness sake. Crank up to 29 knots and let's get the heck out of here. It's a stern chase now. Basically just running until night. Oh, night's not going to be coming for a while yet. Oh, then again, they're breaking off a little bit. Problem is, those are 2 Charleston-class cruisers. They're both better ships than the Urux are. They're just of the slightly next generation than the Urux. And we'll admit, the captain of D7 is basically telling the enemy cruisers to bugger off. And they actually are having to respect the fact that he has torpedoes. I know, just this is why we have oil-fired turbines. We can crank up to 28 knots and just stay there. And again, we couldn't find the bombardment target. I wasn't given a actual location for it, so I don't even know where it was. Still, we sank a merchant ship, so that's something, I guess. Charleston class keep continuing to pursue. Literally all we can do is keep steaming southwards as fast as we can. Aim straight for Wilhelmstadt. And hope that... Oh, there we go! So let's break that way, because it's the last thing the Americans will expect. And when they turn to pursue the destroyer, we then break south again, and we've lost them. Beautiful. Yes, Ramal, sea power is in fact out. And there will no doubt be streams of it. But for now, we are streaming Rule the Waves 2 as it is Rule the Waves 2 night. Okay, 7 corvettes. Only the Navy can win this war. I'm not giving you any of my funding. Yes, logical step. Alright, alliance with Spain. There we go. Yes, please. Alright, new corvettes. Yes, that means I can take all of the destroyers that I've had to put into trade protection out of trade protection. Honestly, I'm going to have to rush some of your working up and send you to the Caribbean. We need more battle cruisers. And also... There we go, that's that. That's fine. I'm going to put some of my colonial gunboats back on foreign station work, just to make sure that that doesn't go wrong. And then, of course, we then resume work on our battle cruiser, the Van Ness. And the Princess Royale class battleships will be being constructed as soon as the 2 ships above them enter the fleet, which is about to happen. Which will make good the losses of fleet battle. I'd have to be suicidal. No. Cruiser action. No. Coastal raid. This I might be willing to accept. Okay, the Spanish have bought... I suppose that's fine. Long as it... Are you kidding me? You want me to blow up a target inside the minefield area of the western end of the Panama Canal? Is the game really being nice and funny here? Because I feel like the game's trying to be nice and funny here, and it's having a laugh, nice little giggle. And I'm like... This is silly. No, but I've got sea power. Okay, there's a Charleston-class cruiser. It would be nice if the Spanish would help me with this. Can we engage the bombardment target, please? No, we can't, because it's right inside the thing, and I don't think the Bredda's guns even reach. No, they don't! We can't even finish the mission! This mission is literally biased against us being able to finish it! Like, Bredda's guns can't even reach the bombardment target! So what is the point? This mission's literally set up to fail. Like, come on. This is bullshit. It's annoying, that's what that is. If I had something with bigger guns, I might actually be able to do the mission, but I don't. I have a bunch of light cruisers with no gun larger than a 6-inch weapon. I physically can't touch my target. That is the annoying thing. I physically cannot touch the target. And I'm at least going to bag a Charleston-class cruiser. That's something, anyway. So... yeah, come on, Charleston, you're next. So, give us 28 knots, bring us alongside. Spanish cruisers can catch up. I want to put that American cruiser down. Come on. Oh, now we have no 6-inch ammo left. Of course we don't. This entire war is a comedy of the game screwing me over. Oh, so it's Urk. Okay, Urk. It just sounds really weird to call a cruiser Urk. That's just a comedy cavalcade of errors, that is. That's just abysmal. Well, it was a battle we technically won, even though we weren't able to destroy the bombardment target, so that's something, I guess. Whoopee. Yeah, send most to the Caribbean. There we go. Now that that's done, The Brabant class are about to enter the fleet, and then the Princess Royales. I'm going to start building them now on normal speed, because then we will be able to actually make up for the battleship engagement. Unexpected so I can't refuse. And I've basically just got to die. Yeah, that's... Thank you, Rule the Waves. That's fantastic. You know, I love it when you just force me to die. That's great. Yeah, I'm not fighting a night action. No way. We're going to 20 knots. We're breaking north. We're not fighting a night action. No way. I refuse. Not doing it. Of course, the Spanish battleship decides I'm not going to listen to orders. I'm going to charge right into the line and die and make it a massive loss for the Netherlands. Again. Fucking typical. I'm not sticking around to save it. If the Spanish captain wants to die like that, let them die like dogs. Yep, she's gonna die. I know she's gonna die. Yep, increases flooding. And wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, of course. Knew it. There we go, folks. Congratulations. That's another massive loss. We're probably going to lose all of our Caribbean colonies. We may even lose more than that. That was the worst thing. I disengaged. Gave the order to turn north. The Spanish captain decided, nah, I'm going to wait before I turn north because, you know, I don't feel like it. Yeah, well, your ship's dead. Typical. Absolutely typical. Yep, they just casually sank one of our battleships. Just absolutely glorious. Yep, that's just peachy. You can't win. Yep, of course, yeah, I'm going to retire my Caribbean CO. Sod him. Of course, our new battleships can't reach their design speed, because of course they bloody can't. That makes perfect bloody sense. So, let me start building some war emergency build destroyers real quick. Coastal raid. Yes. Our target, yep, it's the same thing we blew up last time. Alright, let's go. Let's keep it nice and tight. Increase speed to 20 knots. We don't want to be in here longer than we have to be. Especially after the Spanish performance in the last battle. Angry Dutch noises at the Spanish is bloody right. Okay, there we go. Nice and easy. Stick close to the shoreline. Slow down to cruising speed. Yep, there's the bomber. Nice, easy, simple operation. Keep it nice and simple. Blow up the bombardment target. In one pass. There we go. Alright, crank up. 25 knots. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. We were never here. Oh, bloody hell. Something coming the other way. Oh, looks like a merchant vessel. Let's go get him. May as well get a consolation prize on the way out. There we go. And he's dead. And down to 20 knots. So the Spanish ships can catch up. And down to cruising speed. Oh. Bloody hell. Please let that not be the American cruiser squadron. It's not! It's an enemy ship! Sorry. It's an enemy, Oh, it's an enemy, destroyer. Well, he's somewhere he doesn't want to be. Yeah, he really doesn't want to be there. Wait, is that just a pair of Charlestons? Is that it? Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, yep, they are right to run away. Because they cannot... Well, we have them outnumbered. Oh, the Spanish ships are still coal-fired. That's a... Ugh. Good luck. Yeah, you really don't want to be closing with us. That is not what you want to do. Ah, well. If they wanted to do that, that's fine. We can have a little bit of a exchange of gunfire, but that's it. There we go. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's the second battle of the Gulf of Venezuela. Well, that's something. Let's... Honestly, I don't know if the war situation can be improved. Oh, that was it? Just minor concessions? Okay, honestly, that's fine. I could accept that. That is honestly fine. Okay, so that was a bit of a mess. It cost us our... So, first things first, the old battleships are going into mothballs. Well, yeah, so first things first, bring the fleet home. So, I think we dodged a bullet there, we could all agree. That war was not going very well for us. And it really, really was luck more than anything else that managed to get us out of that. So so first things first, I'm gonna finish. And we didn't lose any of our colonies, so we actually came out of that war no worse than when we entered it. So we just got exceptionally lucky there. The US probably got a bloody nose from the Spanish and went, it's fine. Well, I will actually buy that off the Spanish. That's something to actually have. Ah, better 14-inch guns. That's actually quite good since we do have 14-inch guns in the fleet. Let me just get my 14-inch battlecruiser. Nope, I can't afford that right now. Oh, for the love of Mike, Great Britain and Thingy have found an alliance. That's annoying. Well, the first 3 emergency war build destroyers entered service after the war they were built for ended. But hey-ho, what are you gonna do? Am I allowed to put... I can put... superimposed rear mounts on light cruisers. Okay. So... Alright. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do that again real quick. Nope, not that. Definitely not that. Yep, that's actually pretty much what I wanted. Although I will add another forward turret. There we go. I'm gonna again have... I'm actually gonna go for a 6,000-ton light cruiser. 31 knots, 3 inches of belt armor, 3 inches of turret armor. Sorry, 2 inches of turret armor. 1 inch of deck armor. I don't really like AA guns. See if I... There we go, that'll do. Because the diminutives we had in the last war were okay, but they weren't... Yes, I will actually allow you to put the best fire control on those new ships. Not right now. Okay, so South Korea went to Japan. So Russia, France, and England are all in an alliance together. So basically, they are off the table as any... Well, first of all, well, most of them are off the table. Ooh, 24 knots, 412-inch guns. No, thank you, Britain. Okay, so China is thrown into turmoil. What else is new? Resume construction on one of our new battleships. No thank you, France. So now we've got 3 battle cruisers and 2 battleships, most of which have 14-inch guns now. No thank you, Britain. Handle that discreetly and quietly. I really don't want to fight the Germans right now. Well, one of the officers shot another officer. That's not too bad. Yes, we've got some rebellions in some of our Chinese territories. Just send out. Well, move. Well, we have armored cruisers in the area, and we have our colonial gunboats in the area. They'll be handling that, I'm sure. I wish I could build both of these Princess Royal class battleships at the same time, but I can't because funding levels are a little bit low right now. Yeah, I will tender for a new float plane scout, so reliability and range, please. Oh. I meant to get a float plane scout. I accidentally bought a torpedo bomber. Whoops. No thank you, Spain, because I actually want to bash you in the face next and nick off with your colonies. Of course they did. Well, we managed to... So what did we lose? Really? That was only a value 2. And we managed to keep hold of the valuable parts of China that we owned. So it's not too bad. We only lost 1 territory. It could have been much worse. I mean, China still only maintains a single dreadnought battleship. And their naval budget is slipping aggressively now. Spain's base possessions are flatlining, whereas ours are actually just increasing in the amount that we have. There we go. We're in the positives now. Some tension is rising. No, thank you, Britain. I don't want any of that. I don't want that destroyer, please. Can't afford that, Germany, even though I would like to buy it. Improved face hardening armor. That's very good. No, thank you, Britain. Sell me a decent battle cruiser and I'll buy it. Yes, I will actually. I will send a battleship to one of our colonies to evacuate them because, honestly, that's a massive flex. And it'll spike my budget. Though not with the people I actually wanted to spike it with, funnily enough. Spain, where were these big battleships that you've built during the during the war that we just fought? Where were they, Spain? Where were they? Honestly. You think you know somebody and they hide 14-inch battleships out of sight. Yeah. Blame China. Again, we will do that. We will do that modern tactic of the Dutch that has worked so well for us in the past. If the worst comes to worst, Blame China for everything. Because we know that if it comes down to a fight, we didn't give the American... No, it was a small concessions thing, so he gave up some things diplomatically. It's basically a way of saying you lost a war, but you didn't really lose anything from it, basically. No, thank you, Britain. I get you're selling off a lot of your early dreadnoughts, but... no, thank you, Japan. I can't afford that right now. Oof. I really want to take that offer. Alright, go on then. Well, I can build some of the war emergency build destroyers and actually just get that 6 destroyer building program the PM wants without actually breaking the bank, so... Tensions are not low! Do not vote to reduce naval spending, you absolute hacks! I am actually going to strangle the elected government. Ugh, I may as well take the prestige, because genuinely, I need the money, and for some reason my budget basically just vanished overnight. Thank you! Yes, and I have a hawkish government. Finally! We can actually afford to build our battleships again. Finally. Yes, I will actually buy 18-inch guns off the British. That is a good idea. We can live with this. Foreign policy is tempered and responsible. Yes, okay, that did have the desired effect. It brought tensions down with the United States, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'll mothball those 2 battleships. Mothball... So Van Galen has director, Abraham de Hearst has a director. So Van Galen will be in the reserves, Abraham de Hearst will be in mothballs. These guys are basically only there. So Celebes is going to the Breakers Yard. You two are... I think we're alright for foreign station ships, I believe. I'll keep 1, but I'll scrap 1. Yeah, and that's fine. Okay, that's brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted. You guys can again return to Northern Europe, please, and thank you. There, that gives us enough budget to keep going. No thank you. Britain. Yep, tensions is very high between the USA and Spain. Well, nothing else is new. Hey, and the Dutch economy is going 21 knots. View almanac. So the Anson, Centurion class battleship. No, thank you, Britain. Yes, we will develop some medium bombers. Range and reliability, please. Freedom of the seas is threatened by Russia. I can afford to raise tensions with Russia. And that means I can afford to restart construction on the 3rd Princess Royale. Well, war's broken out between the USA and Spain. Well, big whoop. I'm not helping them this time. If they want to pull their chestnuts out of the fire, they can do it themselves. I will divert them, and I will blame... Oh, there aren't any good options. I will dilute the effects made by the Queen, basically because it costs me no prestige. It costs me prestige, which I have a lot of. Okay, there we go. That means we have now built our... Slightly faster, but it's worse in every way than our current torpedo bomber. No, I don't want it. Okay, there we go. So the Princess Royale class have entered into the Navy. Ooh, Fokker coming in clutch with an excellent bomber. And okay, Fokker are probably going to come in clutch again with a new maritime patrol aircraft. Okay, so actually, I'm going to... So if I can... Yep, so this is... And I'm going to see if I can't shave off... It's fine, that's fine. No, I basically can't, even with modern technology. May as well just build them as they are. Okay, I will let them actually do that. Ooh, hello. Battlecruiser Courageous. Courageous. 20,000 tons. 25 knots. If bought, she would be a very nice ship to convert into the Netherlands' first aircraft carrier. Sea Power Stream when? At some point. Honestly, I'd rather purpose build a bunch of light aircraft carriers instead. Okay, Inclined Belt I'm absolutely buying. Okay, there we go. I will lay down a pair of light cruisers, and then we'll repeat buying them. Okay, I will actually buy that, because if rebuilt, that's actually fairly useful. So obviously the first thing to do is to rebuild the Cordelia. Yeah, so the first thing to do is to completely re-engine her. Oil-fired turbines, at least 29 knots. Increased elevation for the guns. I think what we do is we land 2 forward turrets to make room for things, and in exchange we'll have a couple of casemates added in and remove the... I can't even afford that. Oh wait, we can afford is some light AA guns at least. Something. Ah well, it's not too bad. There we go. I wonder... Batavia could be rebuilt, I guess, but I think a purpose-built carrier would probably be better. No, thank you, Britain. I will accept the decrease in budget and tensions if it lowers tensions with the US. It doesn't even! Oh, honestly. So halt the other Princess Royale while the other one finishes. Yes, Balkans. Do things in the Balkans. If the US gets annoyed at things in the Balkans, I would be surprised. They did not. Excellent. There we go. Handle that discreetly and quietly. We really don't want to piss off the Germans if we can. Deschelt, producing a naval patrol aircraft. That's very nice. Our new medium bombers are ready for service. Yes, I will have a new torpedo. Of course, range and reliability is what matters in a torpedo bomber. So that's fine. Okay, so we're actually in a better position now. We've got a bunch of modern battleships. I can finally retire the last of... actually, the 23 knot ships as built. They're just fast enough. Instead of selling them or retiring them, eight guns. How many aircraft? Okay, drop it down to about 30 aircraft. And how fast can we push the speed? Okay, 26 knots. That's fine. Give me speed-focused engines, and then see how many aircraft we can cram in. 34 is fine, and that means I could also add some additional light AA guns. Add a single medium AA, which is fine. There we go. Save and finish. Not yet. And then for Koenig William II, same thing. Convert to a carrier. Again, same thing. 6-inch guns, because they basically have to be. Because they won't authorize a ship this large without one of them. 26 knots. We can actually squeeze 34 aircraft in. Again, that's what we want. Dual-purpose 4-inch guns. We can squeeze another medium AA gun in and another light in. And there we go. Our 2 carriers. Yeah, so what we do is when the first tranche of cruiser finishes, our old dreadnought battleships get dragged in to be rebuilt into the Netherlands' first pair of fleet carriers. This is where our fast battleship policy really does come in handy. Like 34 aircraft, that's not bad. America, for the love of all that is holy, would you... What have we done to you, America? Because so we caused the rise in tension. Why? Please, do not. I really do not need a war breaking out with the US, please. Well, activate the rest of the fleet at least, so that it's ready to go if that does happen. But I really don't need it right now, especially with what the US has commissioned since the last war. A full tranche of fast battleships armed with 14-inch guns, probably as a response to what we had. And they've also got the battlecruiser Constitution, which is absolutely terrifying. The Spanish are getting their teeth kicked in. Even their new battlecruiser is no match for Constitution. Speaking of, actually. I'm sure we can have a better design than that. We have all forward. I'm sure we can... Come on, give me something else that's not that. What if I remove the aft mount? That would technically make it an all-forward ship. It would, wouldn't it? 8.5. No, we need to invest in new dockyards, but I don't really have the time. Can I blame China? I can. Yes. Blame China. Oh, for God's sake! I'm just not committing ships to the Caribbean. I refuse. I'm not doing it. What do you mean, no design found for a rebuild of the... I literally just designed carrier rebuilds for them. Game, have you completely lost the plot? Sometimes this game just makes me want to scream. Yes, I do want to go to the rebuild dialogue, and I do want to rebuild these ships into carriers. Because they're going to be not much use in the war as battleships, tell you that much for nothing. There we go. And that is perfectly acceptable as long as I drop the guns down to 8 to fit some more light AA on. There we go. Yes, I do wish to rebuild both those ships, please. Thank you. And we're just going to halt the cruisers for a minute just so we can get the battleships out. Let me just put all of the older destroyers and some of the older rebuild destroyers on trade protection, just for starters, along with the old cruiser Batavia, and some of the older destroyers, quickly, just for now. Round 2, yeah, round 2, I didn't even want this war. I'm not throwing ships into the Caribbean, I'm just not. The US has 13 has basically their entire navy in the Caribbean. Even if Spain commits to the Caribbean, we'll have 5 battleships and 3 battle cruisers between us. It's really, really not enough. And only one of our battle cruisers has improved directors, because I haven't got round to refitting the rest yet. Oh, they've invaded the ABC Islands. Of course they have. Yeah, it doesn't... Of course it has value 4 on it. Why wouldn't it? God damn it. I can't afford to commit to the Caribbean. My hand has basically been forced at this point. We're basically looking at the death of the Netherlands Navy by being forced into combat. We've basically got no choice. I bet you, as well, that we're going to get our teeth kicked in. I'm going to lose a bunch of ships for no gain. And that's going to be about the size of it. Where's this battle taking place? Oh, it's there. Right, okay. 29 knots. Let's go get them. You watch. They'll be incredibly superior American cruisers, and we're just going to get our teeth kicked in. Of course they are. Yeah, because of course that's what happens. Well, we can sink an American destroyer here and there, but it's not gonna matter much. It's just a forlorn hope. They've got ships like the Minneapolis running around. They're terrifying. And our new cruisers are still ages away from coming into service yet. I mean, we did manage to bag one of their new larger destroyers, so that's something, I guess. But it's not... I hadn't wanted to deploy the fleet until I got... the new carriers. I wanted to wait until I had the carriers in the fleet and the fifth battleship. But my hand's basically been forced. But no alliance with Spain this time. The Spanish are actually doing a good job distracting the US. Well, we did win. Well, that's something. We managed to... Okay, so we finished that. We can resume construction on our cruisers. Which is fine, because we need those for the war in the Caribbean. To fight some of the US's cruisers, especially since they're building a new generation of armoured cruisers. Although, that being said, they don't have that many cruisers. They've got the 2 Minneapolis class, they've got the Charlestons, but that's it. In light cruisers, we're actually fairly close. What they do have, though, is a pair of light aircraft carriers. And they're probably going to have theirs before we have ours. Hard to say, though. Still, we've managed to get... Oh, and tensions with Germany have just shot up. Why have tensions with Germany shot up? Doesn't say why. Battle in support of land combat. Cruiser action. We only have 2 of our crew. Armoured cruiser? The Americans don't have any armoured cruisers. That worries me. Because the Americans don't have any armoured cruisers. Well, they shouldn't do. Honestly, if it's a Charleston and the Minneapolis, I can take that fight, because the Minneapolis are actually worse armoured than the Urk classes are. Oh my god! We've just crippled Minneapolis. Badly crippled Minneapolis. There may be a chance here just to sink 2 US-like cruisers outright. Okay, so now that we're actually with that, we can close down and deliver the killing blow to the Minneapolis so that she doesn't get away. Come on. Deliver the killing blow to her. Come on. Come on, deliver the killing blow. Come on! Somebody please deliver a blow that sinks that troublesome American cruiser. God, somebody hit him with a torpedo, please. Oh, you've got to be shitting with me. Of course. Yeah, of course. Our ship takes a bloody torpedo hit. Of course, you know, that should have been a torpedo hit. What the... What in the... I actually can't. I'd almost call this American fucking bias at this point. Finally! A bloody torpedo hit. Christ, Utrecht. Utrecht, where are you going? Our ports are this way. Thank you. Please limp into harbour so I know you're safe. Okay, so the damage control team on Utrecht did heroic work and got her home. So, that's not so bad. Hey, well, that's a win. That's a win. Oh, of course. That's just... Yeah, we're dead. We're actually dead. There's literally... Yeah, we have to... The fleet basically has to return home now. Because otherwise we'll be under blockade. So the fleet has to return home. There are no other ships to put on trade protection duty. Well, we don't have anything to actually... Yep, we've lost the ABC Islands. No, Spain. Like, this war's already buggered. There's nothing you can do. We're basically looking at being... We're basically looking at possibly losing most of the colonial empire. Because the game basically decided to once again hand the US a victory. And this time drag the Germans in to make it worse. Okay, where are the Germans? Of course. Yeah, of course that happens. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I can't win this. We're under blockade. I'm not gonna sortie. I am not gonna sortie, and I'll accept whatever piece I get, because if I sortie, all I'm gonna do is lose ships. I'm just gonna lose ships, and that's it. There's literally nothing I can do. And I mean that. There is literally no reason to sortie my ships. None. Oh wait, why did I agree to that? Well, I can't even do anything anyway. I have no forces. I literally have no ships at sea. So yeah, we can't move our ships. No, I will secure a negotiated peace before the situation gets worse. There's literally nothing we can do. We have ships that are damaged in the, we have ships that are interned because they couldn't get home. Yeah. It can't really get much worse than this. Enemy coastal bombardment. Okay, action with light forces. Oh, I can't decline the battle. We have 2 destroyers. 2 destroyers. The Germans are going to show up with like 25 of the bloody things. Nope, not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. Crank up to 32 knots. We're not dealing with this. I just flat out refuse. I have precious few destroyers as it is. Honestly, take the offer. Whatever it is. Okay. Whew. Okay, we just dodged a massive bullet there. Again, minor piece with concessions. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have any Caribbean possessions anymore, which stings. We don't have the ABC Islands. That actually will kind of hurt. But it does mean that we're unlikely to fight the US ever again. So that is something that's good, I guess. But we do have the downsides here, which is, of course, the fact that... So, Abraham van der Hulst. Honestly, I'm half tempted to convert her into a carrier. Because of her weak armor. Van Galen could probably do with a refit and continue to serve. So mothball Abraham van der Hulst. Van Galen is just going to get a quite simple engine workover and improvements to her directors, and we'll also just cover her in light AA guns. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. I can probably afford that. Yep. There we go. That's fine. Suppress all socialist propaganda in the Navy, because of course we do. USA and Japan have signed an alliance. No, I am not going to accept any treaties. Bad idea. Okay. Honestly, at this point, I will actually agree with the Navy Secretary. More destroyers is not a bad thing. Since he wants 13 of them, I'm thinking we will repeat the war emergency build. Destroyers, 4-inch guns, increased elevation. And we'll get them even smaller this time, just to really try and... Oh, we can with fire control now? Okay, damn. Alright then, so we'll keep the 800-ton design, but we'll actually have fire control. There we go. Yes, I do. I'm actually going to auto-add aircraft, because that is fine. No, I will actually have you as fighters instead. Try and have half and half as best we can. So, we want 13 new destroyers. And I can actually afford that. Yes, I do. So, auto-add aircraft. Again, same thing. Change role. Torpedo bombers. Fighters. There. Job done. Yes, dockyards. I'm aware. You need new contracts. If you want contracts, lobby the Dutch government. Because you aren't getting shit without them. Good lord. That is worse than our current torpedo bomber. I am not even gonna contemplate accepting that proposal. Ugh. There. Yeah, I know. The destroyer program. We will demand they release the ship. Because, yeah, no, release our ship. Excellent. That does not fit with our requirements. Sorry, Spain, I can't afford the money. So reserves. There, that. And Abraham van der Hearst is in mothballs. I'm going to put the two carriers can remain in the active fleet for now. And they both look radically different. Oh no, they look quite similar, even though they're... it's probably a case of similar carriers built on different dreadnoughts. Still, gives us a pair of carriers. In fact, it gives us more full-size carriers than anyone else in the world. Which is kind of funny. But, there you are. Once again, the Netherlands leads the way. Honestly, yeah, I will take a new destroyer. Build railroads, increase the long-term prosperity of the nation. Let Dutch economy go burr. I said half that many cruisers. Half of 6 is not 5. Minister of the Navy. Oh, hang on. Oh, because we're building 2, we need to have 3. Okay, that's fine. So 3... I need diminutives. I need proper diminutives. That'll do. Can I just go with 2 twin 6-inch mounts? And 3 and 6 dual purpose 4-inch guns. Because that would actually work really quite well. .30 knots. At least 2 inches, 1.5 inch of armor everywhere. Can't resist its own guns, but then it doesn't really have to. .4,500 tons. More of an Aviso than a cruiser. But then again, don't really have much of a choice. Since the Navy wants 5 cruisers to be built, and they keep reducing the size of our dockyards, so yes, please. I need 3 of you. Still going to cost 3,000 tons to build them. No, thank you, Japan. Can't even finish the rebuild on Van Galen. Ugh, good lord. Just, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Well, at least I can get them fairly quick. So that's something. And they will at least be capable of running from anything they can't fight. And they'll be much more capable than a bunch of the older cruisers they might face. No, thank you. I don't want turbo-electric drive. Especially since I just researched it. Look, I cannot afford to keep the yards running because despite the fact that tensions are boiling in certain key things, the Dutch government seems intent on cutting the navy so I can barely maintain what I have. Inconstant. No, thank you, Britain. Ugh. You want me to build 6? Okay, I'll build you 6 coastal submarines. Stop bugging me. Please. Secretary of the Navy! Cancel the submarine building program. Get me more diminutive destroyers. No, I didn't want them scrapping. No, we do not agree to naval treaties. Thank you. Well, we've somehow managed to research the ability to forge 20-inch guns, despite the fact that we're never going to fit them on the battleship. Some of our oldest ships, I need the budget. Oh, for God's sake! They've actually just... I am going to actually just be budgeted out of existence. Like, I am actually going to be budgeted out of existence. There's literally no way for me to retain my fleet in anything like the strength it is. It is honestly a bit, well, frustrating. We actually just really, really frustrating that the Dutch government seems to be insistent at this point to, quite frankly, just run the Dutch Navy into the ground. Right after 2 wars with America back-to-back proved decisively why you can't run the Dutch Navy into the ground. So, yeah. You know, you can have a shooting competition. Oh, I can't even build a bunch of destroyers side by side. Are you joking? I genuinely... So I'm gonna have to mothball most of my cruisers. Just to try and make ends meet. Stop building most of my destroyers. The Minister of the Navy wanted me to build. Because he wanted them. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Ultimatum. Please tell me that gives me some more budget, even if it means I have to fight the French. I just... Am I even going to have the budget to finish the rebuild of Van Galen? It was only a basic rebuild. It's lasted so long that a new model of director has come out. No, sorry. I'm not going to let you cut my budget. You've cut my budget and cut my budget and cut my budget. No more cutting of my budget. None. Again, no, Britain. I don't want any of your... no, I'm not going to requisition a new float plane. It's fine for now. Have him cashiered. Hey, a new medium bomber. Good lord. Oh, the Consolidated Corsair. It's a float plane. It's really not been a... Really? You really want to do this again? You cancelled the submarine program the second it got started. Alright. You can have 6 new coastal submarines. But that's all you get. Right. Now then. Let's see about getting a 3rd carrier of a much larger and more capable type. Should go and carry... Honestly? No, if that's what I have to pay to get that, no, I'm sorry. She's going to the breakers. Need to think about what follows her. At least this ship will have a solid immunity zone to its own guns. So thank heaven for some small mercies. Even if I have to use the somewhat controversial magazine box system to make it work. Basically down to the fact that I have no choice as the Netherlands. What do you mean can't be identified by any legal ship type? It's a battle cruiser! Are you seriously going to make me compromise my design? Sometimes Rule the Waves really frustrates me, and this is one of those times. I mean, it's not a battleship, but... Again, why do you want to use 14-inch... And why don't you want it... We have all forward as a There we go! That's more like it. All right. Thank you. That's more like it. That's more what I expected. Thank you. All right. There we go. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but less problematic than other designs. Yeah, the Secretary of the Navy is at... Oh, I've just lost that design, for God's sake. Oh, I brought it back, thank God. There we go. That's fine, that's fine. At least give it some medium AA guns. And then some light AA guns. And then some AA directors. That is absolutely fine. Magazine box, inclined belt, speed-focused engines. Push speed up to at least 30 knots. 14 inches of belt armor, 3 inches of deck armor, 14 inches of turret armor, 5 inches of turret top armor. No conning tower. At least 2 inches of armor on the secondaries. No torpedo tubes. A single seaplane in a hangar with an aft-mounted catapult. That is not a battleship. Well, I suppose you could call it a battleship, I guess. If you want to call it a fast battleship, that's fine. I mean, I'm happy to have the two roles merge. Honestly, it's what I've been waiting for. But with that, gents, I think it's time to call it here. Not the best session of Rule the Waves we've ever had, and honestly, one of the least enjoyable. It's been nothing but setback after setback after setback, with no victories to show for it, and honestly, no real way forwards. With the Dutch government basically having atrophied our funding to a point where I'm really struggling to see how we can come back from this, short of a Dutch government coming in that actually gives us some money to do something with the Navy. But that's all for the future. Tune in tomorrow for Fleet's catch-up ramblings, and maybe a surprise Sea Power stream, who knows. But we'll try and fit Sea Power in at some point. As always, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.